Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so today we played the Dallas Mavericks, Lakers. It's one game before the All-Star break. Last one, then we can kind of breathe a little bit after having a long stretch for the last month and a half where we pretty much either had back-to-backs or played every other day, rather. So, a lot of criticism's been harped upon our organization from the big guys in ESPN. They're essentially saying you should have started your players and all of that. I say, well, let's focus on the organization. Yeah, we appreciate accountability, but also let's focus on the association. They need some accountability for what is transpiring too. People are reacting to their scheduling practices, which are leaving people, kind of unable to do the job properly every single night. If they schedule it out a bit better, maybe they get a better product from night to night. So that's my point of view. I don't believe in pointing at the people who are reacting to a choice. Let's point at the people who are initially making the choice. So with that being said, there will be some players missing tonight. Start with the injury report on this game. Luka Doncic is out for the Lakers. Let's see. DeAndre Ayton is a game-time decision. So that's really what's there for the Lakers, and for the Mavericks is a bit more extensive. Cooper Flag is out. Martin, game-time decision. Marshall, game-time decision. Lively out for the season, and Kyrie, of course, still out. So we're missing some guys, but they're missing a lot more guys for a change. We see a team that's a little less healthy than us, but we're still missing one of our most important pieces. I was looking forward to seeing Flag tonight, even though I'm always happy when the opponent isn't able to, destroy us or give us hell. But I really have liked the stretch that Flag has been on. He looked great in all these highlights. He's starting to get into a real rhythm, and it's going to be unfortunate that he's missed this game. I don't know if he'll be back as soon as the All-Star break returns either. I'm not really sure. This is a fresh sprained foot injury for him. And Luka, they're saying the hamstring, of course, is going to keep him out of this game, but he hopes to play in the All-Star game. A lot of criticisms being heaped upon Luka in that regard, but there's also a lot of pressure for Luka to play since he was the number one overall voted player, rather. And the All-Star game is missing a lot of star power, a whole lot of star power. So they're going to probably want Luka to play, but I would tell people this. I haven't forgotten how Luka's effort has been in the All-Star games. He's one of the main culprits. When it comes to people not taking the All-Star game seriously, he's about the worst one of them all. So I don't know that the All-Star game is not going to be best for him not playing in it. He should be voted into the All-Star game, but I don't expect for him to go for MVP or nothing like that because he does not play hard in All-Star games. So I don't want people to lose sight of that. I know a lot of people aren't thinking about that, but I am. I remember the effort he put in, year out in All-Star game. It's usually horrific. He does not play hard in All-Star games. So with him being hurt, I wouldn't be surprised if he misses this game at all. And I think, as a Laker fan, I'm always going to say you should miss any game that doesn't have anything to do with the purple and gold. But with his hamstring being as it is, I would like him to err on the side of caution and not play. That's what I would like him to do. And hopefully they would name his buddy Austin Reeves maybe an All-Star, since everybody's getting in the All-Star game, except for Austin Reeves. De'Aaron Fox is in there. You know damn well De'Aaron Fox ain't had a better year than Austin Reeves. But anyway, let's move on. So the Dallas Mavericks, over the last 5 games, of course, we like to cover these, see how teams have been doing when we face them. Dallas is on a very nice, long, extensive losing streak that dates back to our game. We started this losing streak for them back on 124. And it's been going ever since. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 game losing streak. So they're on a tank mission. They traded away Anthony Davis, and they're just kind of asking Cooper Flag to be the first piece in place for a rebuilding process. And I think that's a smart decision for them. Tanking is a smart decision for them, but I don't know how successful they're going to be in tanking because there are a lot of teams who've already gotten a head start who are doing much worse than them. But as we will recall, they won the lottery in the last one. They were a play-in tournament team, and the Atlanta Hawks won the lottery in the one before that, and they too were a play-in tournament team. So maybe it makes sense to actually not be the worst team in the league, since that's what the stats have told us. But this thing is a crapshoot, and who knows who wins the lottery. But there are definitely some teams out there like the Mavericks who are trying to tank. So I think this could be a very good opportunity for the Lakers to steal a win, an easy win against a tanking squad. And maybe we weigh that understanding against what we did against San Antonio, because they're going to be nights where you go up against teams that desperately want to lose. And if all teams who are contenders are considering that, there will be opportunities to make up the losses that come from scheduled lost games. So I think that might be the logic a lot of these teams are engaging in, who are contenders. But tonight we will send Austin out there. We will send LeBron out there. I think, like I said, Ayton's a game-time decision. So we'll be almost healthy tonight, and we'll see what we can do. At 7 p.m. Pacific time, which is like 7:13, as we know, and 10:13 Eastern. So let's get into it, man. What have they been doing over the last 5 games? We'll start back on 131, which was last year against the Houston Rockets, 111-107. All of these games are losses for the Dallas Mavericks. So let's get the stats in here. The Mavericks shot 45% from the field, 41 of 92, and the Rockets shot 45 of 108 for 42%. That's a lot of shots. 3-point line, Rockets 38%, 10 of 26. Mavericks 10 of 23 for 43%. From the free throw line, the Mavericks 58%, 15 of 26. The Rockets 11 of 15 for 73%. Rebounds 53 Rockets, 48 Mavericks. 18 offensive boards for the Rockets, 11 for Dallas. 33 assists for the Rockets, 19 for the Mavs. 10 steals for the Rockets, 3 for the Mavs. 6 blocks for the Rockets, 4 for the Mavs. 6 turnovers for the Rockets, 6 points conceded off of those. 11 turnovers for the Mavericks, 11 points conceded off of those. 9 fast break points for Dallas, 17 for Houston. 58 points in the paint for Houston, for the Mavericks, 62 for the Rockets. And 13 was the largest lead of the game for the Rockets. They led 86% of the time. And the Mavericks' largest lead was 2. They led 6% of the time. All right, check the box score. Daniel Gafford, 28 minutes, 16 points, 7 of 10 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, 5 offensive boards plus 1. Definitely expect for him to have a big game against us tonight. P.J. Washington, 25 minutes, 9 points, 4 of 9 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 1 of 3 from the line, 4 rebounds, 3 turnovers, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 offensive boards, minus 12 for P.J. Najee Marshall, 32 minutes, 8 points, 3 of 11 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 2 of 6 from the line, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 offensive board, minus 18. Cooper Flagg, 39 minutes, 34 points. 13 of 25 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, 7 of 10 from the line, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 block, 1 offensive board, plus 2 for Coop. Max Christie, ex-Laker, 32 minutes, 11 points, 4 of 11 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3, 2 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 1 assist, 1 block, minus 7 for Max. Dwight Powell, 6 minutes. Dwight Powell. Drake is in Brooklyn. 6 minutes, 0 of 1 from the field, 3 rebounds, minus 12 for Powell. Martin, 17 minutes, 4 points, 1 of 4 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3, 1 of 2 from the line, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 offensive board, plus 7 for Martin. Musa Cisse, 13 minutes, 3 points, 1 of 1 from the field, 1 of 2 from the line, 1 assist, 1 rebound, 1 block, plus 7 for Cisse. Clay, 28 minutes, 9 points, 3 of 9 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3, 2 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 1 offensive board, plus 7 for Thompson. Brandon Williams, 9 minutes, 13 points, 5 of 7 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, 1 of 1 from the line, 1 turnover, plus 3. And Nembhard, 11 minutes, 0 of 4 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 block, plus 2 for Ryan Nembhard. The Rockets had 6 players in double figures, with Amen Thompson being the high man at 21. And that was enough to beat the tanking Dallas Mavericks. Let's move on. All right, next game for the Mavericks was against the Celtics. 110-100 was the score. Celtics get the victory, of course. And let's see what happened here. The Celtics shot 49% from the field, 47 of 96. The Mavericks 37 of 89 from the field for 42%. 13 of 39 for the Celtics from 3, 33%. 9 of 32 for the Mavericks, 28%. Mavericks got to the line 22 times and hit 17 of them for 77%. The Celtics only got there 5 times, hit 3 of them for 60%. Celtics had 47 rebounds to the Mavericks 49, and the Celtics had 10 offensive rebounds to the Mavericks 13. 27 assists for the Celtics, 21 for the Mavs, 7 steals for the Celtics, 4 for the Mavericks, 4 blocks for both teams, 10 turnovers for the Celtics, 14 points conceded off of those, 9 turnovers for Dallas, 16 points conceded off of those, 10 fast break points for the Mavs, 8 for the Celtics, 52 points in the paint for the Mavs, 58 points in the paint for the Celtics. 23 was the largest lead of the game for Boston. They led 85% of the time. And 3 was the largest lead of the game for the Mavericks. They led 9% of the time. And the high man for the Celts was Jaylen Brown with 33 and 11 rebounds. Peyton Pritchard had 26 points off the bench. And that was pretty much enough. They didn't get a whole lot of scoring out of everybody else, but still got the victory. Martin, 29 minutes, 13 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 2 of 4 from the line, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, -5 for Martin. Daniel Gafford, 25 minutes, 10 points, 4 of 5 from the field, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, 12 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 4 offensive boards, -11 for Daniel Gafford. Najee Marshall, 31 minutes, 9 points, 4 of 15 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 2 offensive boards, -13 for Najee. Cooper Flag, 37 minutes, 36 points, 12 of 24 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 10 of 11 from the line, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 turnover, 2 blocks, -2 for Coop. Max, 30 minutes, 10 points, 4 of 13 from the field, 2 of 9 from 3, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and -1 for Max Christie. Powell, 11 minutes, 4 points, 3 of field goals attempted, 2 made, over 1 from the 3, 2 rebounds, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 2 offensive boards, +3 for Powell. Moussa Cisse, 15 minutes, 4 points, 2 of 4 from the field. He had 5 rebounds, 1 turnover, 4 offensive boards, +3. Klay Thompson, 20 minutes, 4 points, 1 of 5 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. Hit his only free throw attempt, 1 rebound, 1 assist, -15 for Klay. Ryan Nembhard, 12 minutes, 3 points, 1 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. He had 3 assists, 1 turnover, -10. Kelly, 12 minutes, 0 of 2 from both the 3 and field, 3 rebounds, 1 turnover, 1 assist. Yeah, -3. And Jaden Hardy, who has since been traded to the Washington Wizards, 18 minutes, 7 points, 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 1 turnover, 1 steal, +4 for Hardy. And that'll do it for that game. I think we'll be approaching the trade deadline trades at some point because the Mavericks have some new pieces in place that will change the dynamic entirely. Let's see if it's this game. 2-5. I don't remember what the day was of the trade deadline. But, yeah, the score was against 135-123. Spurs get the victory in Dallas. And let's see how things went for that one. I know Wemby killed them just like he killed everybody else. He definitely killed us in the last one, but we didn't see anybody out there to beat him. So, yeah, that's a whole nother story. Spurs, 51% from the field, 48-95. Mavericks, 47-97 from the field, 48%. Mavs, 12-31 from 3 for 39%. Spurs, 17-41 for 41%. From the free throw line, 22-25 for the Spurs, 88% for the Mavs, 17-20 for 85%. 50 boards for San Antonio, 4 for D1, 41 for the Mavs, 11 offensive boards for the Spurs, 7 for the Mavs, 34 assists for the Spurs, 23 for Dallas, 7 steals for the Spurs, 9 for Dallas, 7 blocks for the Spurs, 8 for Dallas, 9 turnovers for the Mavericks, 15 points conceded off of those, 14 turnovers for the Spurs, 6 points conceded off of those, 19 fast break points for San Antonio, 10 for Dallas, 60 points in the paint for San Antonio, 54 for Dallas, 13 was the largest lead of the game for the Mavs. No, that was the Spurs. 13, 87% of the time they led, and for the Mavs, a 4-point lead was largest. 8% of the time they led. All right, high man for the Spurs was Wemby. 29 minutes, 11 rebounds, 29 points, 11 rebounds, 2 steals, 3 blocks, 6 assists. Wemby doing Wemby things. And, yeah, they had 7 players in double figures, 135 points. They did good things there. Dallas Mavericks, let's see what they had going on. Martin, 32 minutes, 8 points, 3 of 4 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3, 1 of 2 from the line, 4 rebounds, 3 turnovers, 2 steals, 1 assist, -20 for Martin. Daniel Gafford, 33 minutes, 16 points, 5 of 8 from the field, 6 of 8 from the line, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 4 blocks, +2. He's on the stretch right now. Najee Marshall, 39 minutes, 32 points, 12 of 21 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3, 4 of 4 from the line, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 offensive board, plus 5 from Marshall. Cooper Flagg, 39 minutes, 32 points as well, 14 of 27 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, hit both his free throws. 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 turnovers, 2 steals, 3 blocks, 1 offensive board, minus 19. He's going to be who we thought he was going to be. Max Christie, 38 minutes, 20 points, 7 of 15 from the field, 2 of 8 from 3, 4 of 4 from the line, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, minus 15 for Max Christie. Dwight Powell, 2 minutes, minus 8. Musa Cisse, 12 minutes, 0 of 2 from the field, 5 rebounds. 1 block, minus 4 for Cisse. Klay Thompson, 20 minutes, 5 points, 2 of 8 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, minus 12 for Klay. Ryan Nembhard, 17 minutes, 5 points, 2 of 9 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 offensive board, plus 5 for Nembhard. And Kelly, 9 minutes, 5 points, 2 of 3 from the field, 1 of 2 from the 3, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, plus 6 for Kelly. So that's really how that went. Dallas continues to lose. And we'll see how they lost the next one against the Spurs, too. Yeah, this game took place in San Antonio 2 nights later. 138 to 125 was the score. And let's go over these two teams once again in a different game. So, the Mavericks, 46 of 105 from the field, 44%. Spurs, 55 of 99 from the field, 56%. Spurs, 14 of 35 from 3 for 40%. Mavs, 15 of 37 from 3 for 41%. From the free throw line, the Mavericks, 18 of 24 for 75%. The Spurs, 14 of 20 for 70%. 52 rebounds for the Spurs, 41 for the Mavs, 12 offensive boards for both teams. 34 assists for the Spurs, 35 for the Mavericks, 10 steals for the Mavericks, 5 for the Spurs, 11 blocks for the Spurs, 4 for the Mavericks, 11 blocks, for the Spurs, I already said that. 7 turnovers for the Mavericks, 12 points conceded off of those, 18 turnovers for the Spurs, 26 points conceded off of those, 28 fast break points for San Antonio, and that would be 18 for the Mavs from fast break. 74 points in the paint for the Spurs, 50 points in the paint for the Mavs. 28 was the largest lead in the game for the Spurs, 93% of the time they led. 2 was the largest lead in the game for the Mavs, 3% of the time they led. Yeah, man, Spurs continue to just demolish those guys down the road in Dallas. Martin, as my phone freezes for no reason whatsoever. 24 minutes, 11 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 2 offensive boards, plus 1 for Martin. Gafford, 18 minutes, 9 points, 3 of 5 from the field, 4 free throws attempted, 3 of them hit, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 0 in the plus minus for Gafford. Najee Marshall, 25 minutes, 6 points, 1 of 8 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 4 of 4 from the line, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, 1 turnover, minus 8. He had a great game before the Spurs, and they shut him down in the second one, as you would expect. Cooper Flagg, 26 minutes, 14 points, 5 of 12 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 offensive board, minus 31 for Coop. Max Christie, 27 minutes, 17 points, 6 of 11 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, minus 23. Max hitting his threes when he's get out there on him. Powell, 5 minutes, 1 point, 0 of 1 from both the 3 and field, 1 of 2 from the line, 1 rebound, 1 steal, plus 4 for Powell. Bagley's in town, 24 minutes, 16 points, 6 of 14 from the field. Hit his only 3-point attempt, 3 of 7 from the free throw line, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 blocks, 1 steal, 8 offensive boards, minus 19. And Marvin Bagley's debut with the Mavs. P.J. Washington, 23 minutes, 10 points, 4 of 10 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, minus 10 for P.J. Klay Thompson, 19 minutes, 19 points, 6 of 14 from the field, 4 of 10 from 3, 3 of 3 from the line, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 steals, plus 9 for Klay Thompson. Jones, 17 minutes, 4 points, 2 of 4 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 7 assists, plus 18 in his debut with the Mavs. Brandon Williams, 24 minutes, 18 points, 8 of 12 from the field, 2 of 2 from the 3, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 offensive board, minus 10 for Brandon Williams. And A.J. Johnson, 7 minutes, 0 of 4 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 1 assist, plus 4 in his debut as well. And the Spurs, Stephon Castle had the big game. 40 points, 12 rebounds, 12 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, 2 offensive boards, 6 turnovers, a plus 30. This was that game. This was that. He just went crazy on them. And we covered that game yesterday, of course. Or the day before that, rather, when we played the Spurs. But, yeah, terrific line for Stephon Castle. And that told the story for the Mavericks. Let's move on to the next game. The Mavericks lost. And it will be against the Phoenix Suns, 120-111 in Phoenix. As the Mavericks continue a road trip here, we'll see how they did in this particular game. They shot 48% from the field, 37 of 77. And the Suns shot 49 of 102 for 48%. That is a very strong discrepancy in field goal attempts. 60 of 50 from the three for the Suns for 32%. 5 of 22 for the Mavericks for 23%. All right, now we see where it's made up. 32 of 44 for the Mavericks at the free throw line. 6 of 9 for the Suns. 67% from the line for the Suns, 73% for the Mavericks. I've never seen a discrepancy that strong. 44 attempts to 9. What was actually happening there? 49 rebounds for the Suns, 42 for the Mavs, 18 offensive rebounds for the Suns, 8 for the Mavs, 32 assists for the Suns, 18 for the Mavs, 8 steals for Phoenix, 7 for Dallas, 3 blocks for Phoenix, 5 for Dallas, 14 turnovers for the Suns, 18 points conceded off of those, 16 for Dallas, 11 points conceded off of those. 26 fast break points for Dallas, 10 for Phoenix, 52 points in the paint for Dallas, 44 for the Suns. 31 was the largest lead of the game for the Suns, 96% of the time they led. 1 was the largest lead of the game for the Mavs, 3% of the time they led. I've never seen a discrepancy of free throws to that degree. Never. This is really lopsided. For it to only be a 9-point win, had to be a lot of weird stuff going on in them 48 minutes. Weird. Daniel Gafford, 17 minutes, 4 points, 2 of 2 from the field, 4 rebounds, 4 turnovers, 1 steal, 3 blocks, minus 16 for Daniel. PJ, 26 minutes, 13 points, 4 of 9 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 3 of 5 from the line, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, minus 8 for Washington. Flag, 36 minutes, 27 points, 8 of 20 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 11 for 14 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 offensive board, plus 10. Pause. Didn't we say they only got to the line a couple times? No, that was the Mavericks who got there a million times. Okay, let's get back to it. The winner actually got to the line the fewer amount of times. That threw me off a little bit. Jones, 15 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 4 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, minus 11 for Jones. Max Christie, 31 minutes, 5 points, 2 of 8 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3, 1 of 1 from the line, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, plus 2. I expect for him to bounce back against his old squad tonight. So that he shot bad in the last one. Don't expect him to shoot like that. Middleton made his debut for the Mavs. 22 minutes, 13 points, 2 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 8 of 9 from the line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 1 offensive rebound, minus 10 for Chris Middleton. Powell, 3 minutes, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 steal, minus 2. Martin, 11 minutes, 2 points, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, minus 18. Marvin Bagley, the third, 24 minutes, 9 points, 4 of 4 from the field, 1 of 4 from from the line. 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 4 offensive boards, plus 7. He's looking pretty good for the Mavs, isn't he? Najee Marshall, 36 minutes, 31 points, 12 of 17 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 5 of 7 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 offensive board, plus 5 for Najee. Big game for him off the bench. Brandon Williams, 18 minutes, 5 points, 2 of 8 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3, 1 of 2 from the line, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 turnover, minus 4. And that concludes the stats for the Mavs there. 6 players in double figures. No, that's 7. I had it right the first time. High man being Dylan Brooks at 23. Everybody else pretty much under that, to say the least. So, that's what happened. The Phoenix Suns were able to win the game despite not getting to the line at all, basically. And this game must have lasted forever, watching the Dallas Mavericks continue to shoot free throws over and over and over again. Hopefully that's not a duplicate of what we'll see tonight, because I definitely don't want that to be the case. That will suck to watch. So that's pretty much all there is to cover in regards to these Mavericks. They've just been losing and losing and losing purposefully so they can hopefully get AJ DeBosta, Boozer, Peterson, or somebody like that. And hopefully they don't. They won the lottery last year. They don't need to win it this year. Nobody cares to see them be that good this soon. I'd much rather that go to somebody like, I don't know, the Wizards or the Pacers. You know, anybody but Dallas. So that's pretty much my point of view on them. I'm cool. I'm cool on Dallas. I actually would prefer they lose all the time, given the fact they traded our boy Luka the Don broke his heart, and now he's on our side of the fence and they're the ops, so we don't like them. Hopefully we beat them again tonight with him missing. So that's my point of view. I always want to beat the Mavericks for him. Definitely do. So what's going on with the other app here? We got the Mavericks are 19-34, 12th in the West. 5 of 17 is their home and away record, 27th offensive rating, 12th defensive rating, and 22nd net rating overall. Meanwhile, your LA Lakers 32-21, 6th in the West after falling last night with some stuff outside of our control. 14-10 is our home and away record, 11th offensive rating, 23rd defensive rating, and 18th overall net rating. So we've been dropping. We're not looking good. 18 was not what it said last time. Offensive rating, I think we were 10th or 9th. We dropped some, if my memory serves correct. But that's what happens when you don't have your players out there, man. We've only had our big three in like 10 games this year. Pretty damn terrible. Mavs are going to be wearing white on our home floor, which is something I despise. Lakers going to be wearing purple jerseys, which I really like to upgrade this year. I hope we hold on to those jerseys. I like them a lot. Tyus Jones getting the start, potentially Max Christie, PJ Washington, Najee Marshall, and Daniel Gafford. That is trash. I'm sorry, Mavericks. That is going to suck to watch that. And Marcus Smart, Austin Reeves, LeBron James, Jake LaRavia, and Jackson Hayes are potential starters for the Lakers. Yeah. As this game will be a little better than the last one because at least we'll have some of our guys, but that Cooper flag will not be out there for the other team. It's going to be like watching that game again, pretty much just inverted in a way. With the Spurs and the Lakers, where we had all our G League guys out there, we're going to be watching a bunch of G League guys from the Mavericks, and that really sucks because they don't have a lot of young prospects, to be honest with you. They have a few, but it's going to be a whole lot of bad. And hopefully we get the best of them, man. So, you know, I expect for Middleton to shoot a lot of shots. I shoot P.J. Washington. Of course, Najee's going to try to go for 30. Daniel's been on the stretch defensively. Max is shooting a 3 well. We'll see the new look Mavericks, you know what I'm saying? Marvin Bagley's really been playing well, man. It must be said that he looks great for the Mavericks. I think they're going to love having him if he can continue to stay healthy and play like he's been playing. Look forward to seeing A.J. Johnson hopefully get some minutes out there, although Jason Kidd hasn't played him much yet. I like that kid. I want to see him play some. So that's what I got to say about their team for the most part. It's going to be nice to play an easy team after having some really tough games over the last 3 games against really tough defenses, struggling. So it's going to be good to see our guys get some more minutes out there. Hopefully we can see Chris Magnon a little bit tonight. I don't know if they're going to keep him in the big team. Knowing them, they probably won't. Hopefully we'll see some Adu Thero tonight. Kobe Buffkin hopefully bounces back and shows us why he deserves that 15th overall roster spot. Obviously, Sohan went to the Knicks this morning. Very unhappy about how that all played out for us. We really could use the big. We have, not underutilized, but we have not brought young bigs to our situation that we ultimately believe in. It'd have been really good for us to be able to grab Sohan, man. See him go to the Knicks. I like the Knicks, actually. If I had a second team, it would probably be the Knicks, but I don't care about no other teams, y'all. I didn't want Sohan to go anywhere but the Lakers. We needed him more than the Knicks do. The Knicks didn't need no damn bigs. So that is really what I have to say about that, man. This really sucks for us, but, this is what happens when people are hell-bent on bringing guards to their situation instead of addressing their needs. So hopefully Kobe Buffkin has a great tenure with us over the next 2 years. I'm looking forward to him showing everybody what he can do. I know what he can do, but I just don't know if he can do it in the big stage. And, tendencies have a lot to do with a lot of things. So we'll see what type of player we have there. But I do like Luke Kennard. He's been really good for us, man. In fact, better than I even expected. I thought he was going to be pretty good, but damn, he's playing well. We really like this guy here. Shooting ball well, have a good floor game. His effort's pretty good. It may be a honeymoon phase is when you make trades for guys. Guys want to prove themselves worthy of being in the rotation. After a couple of weeks when they get solidified where they're going to be, then you start finding out who they are. they get into injuries and stuff like that, then you start seeing a real version of what it is that you can expect. But so far, the honeymoon phase of Luke Kennard has been fantastic. I just want to see us look for him to get more shots, utilize his strengths. You know what I mean? The guy is one of the best shooters in the whole entire league, if not the best shooter percentage-wise. Wouldn't it stand the reason we get him his touches? I don't understand how we have like 2 or 3 guys on this team that are known for being efficient and we don't focus on getting them opportunities consistently, running plays for people like Rui Hachimura and Luke Kennard. I think will make it so that we score a lot more than maybe we're prone to with some of the stuff that we be trying. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm asking too much, but I really do think we should be trying to get our high efficiency scorers opportunities to shoot more than maybe the people who don't hit shots very much. So that's my take on things. I've been very frustrated with the Lakers. We've been winning a lot more than what my attitude has shown, and I just think my bigger picture goal is just not reachable. I want to be a contender, and I don't think we are. We can beat these teams that are really, really bad like we're going to see tonight. I expect to win, but if you can never beat the good teams, then you know when it comes to the playoffs, you're going to get whooped, and you're probably going to be going quickly, just like we were last season. Minnesota knocked us out in 5 games. I expect for us to probably get knocked off in 5 games in the first round again, because we cannot seem to compete against good teams, and we're not improving this team enough to do so. And so that is very frustrating. But we're still racking together wins. Probably walk away with over 50 wins on the season. If people like regular season stuff, that should be good for y'all. But for me, that is not good enough, man. That is not good enough. And it becomes a situation where you have to ask yourself, are we ever going to see our 3 stars on the floor at the same time for any length of time for them to gain any continuity and gel? And the answer has been no so far, and I'm very frustrated with that as well. I think when we did have our big 3 out there healthy, we looked pretty good as a team. So it's one of those situations where it's like, okay, we're waiting for them to get healthy, but that you have to wait for them to get healthy may mean that they're not able to be what you need them to be. It's the same thing in regards to the team we're facing tonight. When they had Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving and Cooper Flag, what if we could put them all on the floor at the same time? What do we look like? Well, you can't get them all on the floor, and that is a thing. That is a thing. You can't just say, well, we'll wait to get them all on the floor. You know, I got a situation in fantasy basketball right now where a good portion of my team is injured, like the entire team. And I know that when everybody gets back, they're going to be healthy. I got all the injury players all at once. It's ridiculous how many people. It's at least 75% of the team is injured. But they're all too great of players to drop. But it gets to a point where it's like, yo, as I'm waiting for all these people to get healthy, I'm below 500. It's already halfway through the season. I'm below 500. And I got a bunch of great names that aren't on the floor. And if they all get healthy, Tyler Hero, Trae Young, I got them all, man. Everybody injured. Austin Reeves is on that team. Everybody injured is on that team. Big names. Joel Embiid, you know what I'm saying? All the injury-prone guys of the season are all in one squad. And because of it, that team sucks. I know I'll win the championship if I can get them all healthy, but they can't seem to get healthy. And at some point in time, as the manager of that roster, I need to react to that. Start getting rid of some of them people. Even though in a nutshell, you never want to waive Tyler Hero. You never want to waive Joel Embiid. But for me, it's like, yo, they are dragging my season down because they're all relying on one another. If I only had to wait for 1 or 2 of these guys to come back, I'm cool. But the majority of my team is injured all the time, all season long. And that's kind of the dynamic with both of these franchises. The Mavericks moved on from Anthony Davis, understanding that. And it is what it is. The Lakers having the same problem to a much lesser degree. But we can't seem to get these 3 people on the floor at the same time. Should past this season we really consider that as a thing to consider when asking ourselves to continue with this? LeBron James, Austin Reeves, and Luka Doncic, if they can't be on the floor at the same time, I could spend my entire season saying what if, or I can acknowledge that this is what it is and do something about it. And I'm starting at this point to wonder if these 3 players can ever be on the floor at the same time in future seasons. And I don't know. The answer is yes at this point. So this has been a frustrating string of years for the Laker fans. We're halfway through and yet another season where we don't expect to win a championship. You know, and with limited flexibility as to get better. kind of relying on people choosing you in free agency and buyout market situations to improve your team. I want to take control back of our ability to go after good things and receive them, rather than hoping that Ayton gets bought out, hoping Sohan chooses you, that type of stuff. With such a limited flexibility space as it pertains to different things. And, frustration reached a certain point yesterday. I made a video ranting about it, and I encourage you guys to check it out. But I'm just kind of tired of how we're not necessarily handling our limited flexibility very well, and people are not ready to do what they need to do to get their flexibility back. Circumstances can be created that we would handle much better. So as a franchise, I just want the Lakers to kind of make some decisions in the offseason that give us back our power to be a bit more flexible, to have more talent on the roster without so much of what it is we have going on wrapped up in three people who probably shouldn't be stuck together in a situation that is ideal. You know what I mean? So that's really where I'm at, man. Whatever that looks like. Obviously, we're at a place where it's like, all right, man, I want this team to have a bit more talent on it. And if it means that I don't have one or three stars, and so be it. Turn one of them damn stars into three people that can help me in multiple areas. And you'll be just as good. You really will. But you just got to be willing to make such a bold decision. And I think the Lakers are in a position where they need to, if they want to get where they want to go. So that's my take on things, man. I'm not saying this is the worst season in the world. We have certainly had worse seasons. Even recently, we had a much worse season. Several worse seasons. So this ain't one of the more horrible seasons in the last 5 years. But we're still living off of the fact that we had consecutive seasons that were not very good. And yet again, we're in a space where we just kind of feel like we're below standards for the Los Angeles Lakers. And fatigue, I guess, is what I can say has set in for me, and I think many other fans feel the same way. We're kind of tired of this. So that's really what it is, man. Take that for what it's worth. We will continue to cover the team. I'm very happy the All-Star game is upon us. I want everybody to stay healthy tonight. And I just hope that we can just kind of have our second win and continue to display the consistency necessary, or begin to display this consistency necessary to live up to the standards that we have for this unit's team, which isn't championship, but definitely is at least getting to the playoffs. So that's what I gotta say, man. I don't have high expectations for great product tonight, but anytime Austin and LeBron on the floor, something great can happen. You know what I mean? So I'm hopeful that we will see that. But I also would not be surprised if we just tank this game tonight, knowing that it won't necessarily lead to us losing if we sit a bunch of people again. That wouldn't shock me if the team did that. I wouldn't be surprised if Braun doesn't play, if Austin doesn't play, if Smart doesn't play, if Ayton doesn't play. It might be smart for us to just let those guys sit out at this game and just run our G Leaguers again against a Dallas team that doesn't want to win anything. Give Adu, Thero, and Manuel a bunch of minutes and just let's just go into the All-Star break 100%. Certain that we can secure the health that we have in place rather than risk it with 48 minutes of play tonight. So I think that might be the decision they make. It won't make for fun basketball in theory, but it does create another scenario where we could play these young guys like Bufkin, like Thero, like Smith that need some more run. Bronny James coming off a really good game. I would love to see him get a start tonight. You know what I mean? You don't create those opportunities very often. Tonight may be an ideal opportunity to do that. But as of right now, the injury report doesn't tell us that, so we're not expecting that. But you did it against the Spurs. Why not do it against the Mavs? I don't know why you wouldn't. So that's really my point of view on things. I'm not really sure if I'm not just tired of all of this crap and just want to see something different. Honestly, if I'm being real with y'all, I think that's where I'm at. But it doesn't mean that different is better. And if it's not better, I'm going to be just as unhappy. So take it for what it's worth, man. I'm happy what we have is good enough to win games, and we hope to win a game tonight. So that's pretty much what it is I have to say, man. As far as the X's and O's and what tendencies, I just don't have all that in my head today, man. Like I said, I'm a bit tired. I'm ready for the All-Star break. And hopefully Rui gets his shots. Hopefully we rebound the ball well. Dallas can shoot a lot of threes. We understand that they tend to get to the line in dramatic ways, as we saw against the Suns. So we want to keep all that in mind. But at the end of the day, this is a very, very winnable basketball game, to say the least. And because of it, it can be considered a trap game. So we need to be careful if we intend to win, not to give a team full of guys that have reasons to fight for their careers over on the other side of the ball opportunities to make names for themselves tonight. Don't let Brandon Williams have the night like he did in the last one, where he continued to get to the line and lay the ball up over on us. We know he's the fastest player on the floor, without a doubt, but we have the ability to put some faster talent on the floor because our stars are out. So, put Bronny up against Brandon Williams. Put Smith up against Brandon Williams. Put Buffkin against Brandon Williams. We don't have to be slow out there. We got Thero. We got these young guys. I want to see some Drew Timme tonight. Let's see if he can get some minutes going in Ayton's potential absence. You know what I mean? I really do want to see Chris Magnon. That's the name that I'm trying to think of. I want to see him, man. I want to see him get some real minutes. I want to see what he looks like next to our guys. And I think if we can utilize what he brings to the table as a two-way wing, we can finally get a bit more stability in these lineups that we're using off the bench in the second quarters. So, what type of quarter are we going to have in the third quarter? Are we coming out the locker room looking good? These are things that we're going to always pay attention to in the second half of the season. How are our assists? How are our offensive rebounds? Are we getting good quality shots? Are we focusing in on our offense as much as necessary? Or are we focused on patching up a bad defense and making it decent? BDL 44. I thank you all for watching. I'm out.